Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with the Arduous Moth. Today we're going to be doing episode 9 of this series, and we're going to start off pretty quickly with the Ignis Kingdom, or the Ignis Queen, not ordering, but announcing that um, her kingdom, or this kingdom, is going to be renamed as the Kingdom of Embervane. So we now have the Kingdom of Embervane, and they control most of the French area, the Belgium area, the Dutch area. I forgot the name of the Denmark or the Danish area, and they control most of northwest Germany, and a little bit of Poland, I guess. And so now the Ignis Kingdom has been renamed as the Kingdom of Embervale. You got the Kingdom of Satera and the Emberlight Kingdom. And the Emberlight Kingdom is really not doing well. They are seriously not doing well. And you suddenly get a huge tear that appears, and the Emberlight Kingdom more or less splits in two. And the reason why they split in two is because the Emberlight Kingdom just cannot hold on to. They're just economically what's the word? They are economically compromised, and so they physically cannot hold on to this much land, and so they have to break away. They just have to break away, and so that's what happens. They break away, and so now you have a new kingdom that comes into the spotlight. And this. And the Queen of the Emberlight Kingdom, or the new Queen of the Emberlight Kingdom, she she demands that her palace be moved a lot more northwest, because now it is too close to the new kingdom. And in actual fact, when you think about it, this new kingdom actually gives some land to the kingdom of Lusalia, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me just make doubly sure. Lusalia. My apologies. And so now the borders, they look a little bit like that. And and so now, because the Emberlight Kingdom has shrunk in size, a an election is held, basically asking the general public if they still want their queen. And a lot of the dragons, they say no. And so I actually make that smaller. The Republic of Emberlight is formed. And this is going to be our first, how would you name it? This will be our first, kingdom, country, territory, which will be the first one that will not be under royal rule. And so, the council is formed, they elect a leader, which in our terms would be like a president or prime minister. But in here, they won't call it that. And so very quickly, just copy that. Very quickly, the Republic of Emberlight, they start with trading with their neighbours once again. The Kingdom of Emberfane, they're going to be quite reluctant, the same as the Kingdom of Cytera, because the war that happened recently. And so the Kingdom of Emberlight are going to be in this situation. Just make that, put that there, and I'm just going to put a trading town there, and then one there, and then one up here. And if you guys have noticed, there is actually a three kingdoms which border each other right at the coast here, and we'll see how that affects everything. So the Republic of Emberlight, they are going to, because they are no longer under the rule of a monarch, they're going to find it quite difficult to trade with their neighbors, and the reason is because all these monarchy kingdoms, they are not going to like the fact that there is now a kingdom slash territory within their world which is not ruled by a queen or king. But they're not really going to do anything about it because it's not their place to really, do anything about it. So that is what's going to happen. And so the Emberlight Kingdom, they've gone from the third strongest kingdom all the way down to, quite frankly, one of the weakest kingdoms in this world so far. And that's honestly really sad. And so, the kingdom of North Hang on. North Pyre. So, the kingdom of North Pyre. I was saying it right in the first place. So, the kingdom of North Pyre, they are going to expand their territory a little bit more southwards, but but they are, as they're expanding downwards, they're going to focus more on pushing eastward. So you're going to have something that looks like this. But before they can even attempt to block off the Neptarian and the Neptarians from expanding, the Neptarians they actually are able to get a foothold, figuratively speaking, in the door, and the Neptarians on this side, they're going to be pushing east, and so they're going to take full control of this whole territory here. And so you may be asking, why is it still called the Kingdom of Neptaria? Surely, with a kingdom of that size, with kingdoms of this size, being so large, would they really be called kingdoms? In our world, in our term, no, they wouldn't be called kingdoms. They would be called empires. So, like the British Empire, the Mongolian Empire, the Roman Empire, the German Empire, and whatnot. And so they wouldn't be called kingdoms. But because dragons are a lot larger than the average human, a lot larger, then you could. They would probably still retain the name kingdoms, but just for fun, I am going to rename this whole landmass here as the Empire of Neptara. And we're actually going to increase the size of that, actually. 20 looks pretty good. Let's actually get rid of this. And so the Kingdom of Neptara, they changed their name to the Empire of Neptara. And so now we have our first empire, because they are just unbelievably large. They are so bloated, it's ridiculous. But the Queen does have a pretty damn good grip on her empire, and this means that all of her subjects are extremely loyal. Some of them not as loyal, but most of them are more or less very loyal to their queen's cause. Now, when this gets out that the Kingdom of Neptara have renamed themselves to the Empire of Neptara, there's going to be a couple of mixed responses from different kingdoms. The Kingdom of North Pyria, or Pyra, they're going to respond probably they're probably going to congratulate them, but they're not going to do it in a basically they're going to appear to be happy for them and whatnot, but in reality the North Pyrian queen, she is secretly not going to be happy about this. She doesn't like this one bit. And she actually feels pretty, what's the word? Pretty, God, what's the word? I'm so terrible at thinking up words. but she's gonna feel pretty uh um oh god, I need got it. Um God, what's it called? Intimidated. That's the word. She's gonna feel pretty intimidated by the change of this Nektara to the Empire Nektara. The kingdom of Cytera and the kingdom of Emberfell, they're both going to be on I would say they're not on like strongly good terms. They're probably on like, you know, uh low friendly terms. So for example in Hearts 4, that will probably be around the 10 to 60 area. Probably 10 to 50 relations area. And so these two kingdoms, they also congratulate the Neptarians for becoming the first empire. And Phoenix Kingdom does the same, they congratulate them as well. And these three kingdoms, they're a lot more warm. Like, they are, genuine about it. But the Northern Kingdom, they're going to be less warm about it. They're going to be less genuine about it. They feel intimidated about it, and they don't like it. They really don't like it one bit. And so, um, to make sure that the Empire of Neptara can't really grow that much more, the Queen of North Pyra, she's going to order her forces to start to push down along the border, and start to cut off the Neptarian Empire. But pretty quickly, in like probably like a week or two, the Queen of Neptara, she gets wind of this, and she doesn't like this one bit. And you'll bear in mind that these are water-based dragons, so they rely more on water. But you will have like small lakes and whatnot dotted around. And so she orders that her kingdom expand very quickly to cut off the north, the Pyrrhians. And so her forces do so very loyally. And so you get this sort of shape coming out of the Neptarian Empire. And so they push up very aggressively, more northeast, but then they turn northwest and they link up with the coast. And then they very quickly fill in this area on the inside. And during all this is happening, the dragons from the Northern Kingdom, they are still pushing more or less very heavily. And so they meet them, and I don't think we're going to see relations start to break down, but we could see like a one or two border disputes, like minor border disputes happen. But basically, the Neptarian Queen, she has successfully cut off the Northern Kingdom from expanding more, because the Northern Kingdom, admittedly, did start off this race for territory, and so with the Kingdom of Cytera and the Kingdom of Emberfell, getting getting word of this, they strengthened their relations with the Empire of Neptara while um, uh, 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 pulling away from relations from the Kingdom of North Pyre. So you have this thing going on where the Northern Kingdom and the Empire of Neptara, their relations are starting to sour pretty quickly. But Neptara, they are getting very big very quickly. This could potentially catch up to them. It doesn't matter how loyal her subjects are to her. This is going to possibly start to put a strain on the economy. And so, I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think the Neptarian Empire compares to like real life empires? Because I'll be really interested to see what you guys say. Anyway, the Queen of Neptara, she orders more towns to be constructed northwards to be more closely knitted to each other. So if something does go wrong, then they don't have to go far to get to another trading town. So I'm just going to put another one here, like so. And so the Queen of Neptara and the Empire of Neptara, they do solidify themselves in the northern region. It is a lot colder here, admittedly, but I feel like that the dragons of Neptara are definitely going to become used to it pretty quickly. And the Queen of the Northern Red Kingdom, she's going to do the same thing. She's going to order that some trading towns to be constructed. And so she does so. Pretty smartish. So you have something that looks like this. And she even orders one to be constructed down here. So now you have this situation where there isn't hostile relations between these two kingdoms, but their relations are slowly dropping. They're slowly coming from passively good down to neutral, and then it's going to start to bleed into negative relations. And the rest of the kingdoms in the European area and the Northern African area, they're going to hold their breath, praying to the great dragons of from their homeworld that another war doesn't erupt. Because at the moment, all the economies of all these kingdoms in the North African area and the European area, they are they are struggling, and so they're trading. They're slowly building up their economies again, and so the Empire of Neptara, because they are so large, they do in fact send some packages to the Silterra and the Emberfell Kingdom, just to get them off their feet, basically. And so they bolster their economies and slowly, but more quicker than if they hadn't have had help, their economies do bounce back. The I can never get this name right. The Emerald Kingdom. The Emerald Kingdom, they just kept out of everything, and so their little economy is doing pretty well. They are still trading with the Kingdom of Embervale. They have cut all ties with the Kingdom of North Pyra. I believe it's called North Pyra. I might be completely wrong.
North Pyre.
North Pyre. So it's North Pyre. North Pyra. I do apologise. So they completely cut ties with North Pyre. And so now you have this situation where North Pyre, they are completely separated from all the southern kingdoms. And their relations with the Empire of Neptara are beginning to sour more and more and more. The Phoenix Kingdom can finally take a sigh of relief, knowing that there's possibly going to be no more wars for quite a while. But the Queen of Gossamer, she's going to order that the expansion of her kingdom continues, and so she's going to take not as much land, but she's definitely going to take a bit more land, and she's going to take this big body of water, and so they're just going to claim this for themselves. See if I just fill this in. Can I fill this in? Yeah, I can. There you go. So I'm going to fill this in, like so. Just get rid of all these dotted lines. And so now their borders have expanded some more northwards. But the kingdom of Perithera, I think that's how you pronounce it. Perithera. They're gonna get wise to the fact that now they know that there are definitely silkwings and leafwings within this area, and so they are going to expand their borders a lot more. And not that much, but okay. Oh dear, that actually took the whole continent over. My bad. But they're gonna take this whole section over. And so now they have control of this whole new section of the continent, and they're getting closer and closer to the Northern Kingdom, which is the Kingdom of Gossamer. But instead of constantly expanding her borders, equally, she's going to send forces along the coast to border the Kingdom of Gossamer. Gossamer, sorry. And so now you run into this situation where forces from Gossamer, they suddenly realize that highwings from the Kingdom of Prethria are now bordering parts of their kingdom, and this doesn't really make them happy. So, the situation we got is the Kingdom of Neptara. The Queen sent out a vote to her subjects, and basically asked, "Do you think that we should retain the name Kingdom of Neptara, or should we change it to Empire of Neptara?" And so, in a completely free vote, and I'm not joking around. That is like January 3 because this queen wants to remain like as her a queen who actually cares about her subjects. Um, the general public of Neptara, they vote in favour of changing their territory's name from Kingdom to Empire of Neptara. And so Neptara is looking quite big. Is it as big as the Kingdom of Nifel? Nifel? Maybe not, but I believe it is the second biggest kingdom now. It is quite a large kingdom. I haven't named this kingdom yet, and so that is like genuinely my fault. So I am going to name these two kingdoms. So I'm going to put the palace here, which is like relatively close to the border of the Vedanta kingdom. And then I'm probably going to put a few trading towns within this kingdom. Just so the queen can, the new queen has enough power to retain of her new little kingdom. And so it's going to look something like this. But this new little kingdom is also going to be expanding as well. And so they're going to expand more southwards. They're not going to take as much land because, again, they're still a fairly new kingdom. And so this new queen is going to prioritize on making sure that her subjects are fine and they are, just doing perfectly fine. The kingdom of Lumina is also going to expand their borders, but their borders are going to look a little strange. And when I mean strange, I mean just completely, like, it's just completely bizarre with their borders. And so their borders look like this. A bit strange, but, hey. And so the queen, she has given slightly more power to her armies and everything like that. So the queen still has a massive amount of influence over everything, but she is willing to at least give up a bit of her influence over the armies. Let me actually clear up these borders slightly. Like so. But they're also going to probably also have like this weird expansion where eastward as well, but more southeast. So the kingdom of Lumina has also expanded as well. The kingdom of Vedantia, they are also going to focus on expanding, and so they are going to expand southwards. But they're not going to really be bothered in expanding that much, and the reason why is because well, they don't really have any hostile relations to the kingdoms next to them, except for when they border kingdoms which they don't really like. So the kingdom of Verdantia does grow in size once again, and so you have this sort of like uh, weird looking um, mess that happens, which looks something like this. And so the kingdom of Lumina, they do actually give up this little bit of land, and the reason why they give it up is because the queen says to the queen of Vedanta that this piece of land is basically they're not using it, and so she sells it off to the queen of Vedantia for not that much gold because she's not using it and it's not really any value to her whatsoever, and so she sells it off, and so the the Vedantian kingdom, they now have a slightly wider neck, which connects to the southernmost portion of their kingdom. And then we're going to focus on the Noctis kingdom, and the Noctis kingdom, they have definitely expanded by quite a bit. They have definitely taken over huge swaths of the land here. Thank you. Like so. And so they now control quite a lot of the southeastern part of North America. But they also expand along this island part. It's not really an island. They think it's just like the continuation of land, and they just continue exploring along the coast until they get to this part, and then they completely take over this part. And this happens in probably like a couple of years. And now they have taken over quite a good portion of this land here, like so. So I'm going to fill this in, and so they now control a huge chunk of this land. So the Noctis kingdom is getting quite big. The Phoenix kingdom is quite large. The empire of Neptara, they are probably the superpower of Europe. They have an extremely strong economy. They have a fairly strong army, and they have probably quite a lot of influence within the European area. And so you have a situation where the all these kingdoms. Oh yeah, forgot to do that. Oh dear. Focus on that. There you go. Get rid of that. And then get rid of that. And so you have an agreement that happens where all these kingdoms decide to effectively join or not join, but form a economical alliance. And so this is what they do. Oh god, why is it circle? Don't be a circle, please. I want you to be a pentagon. And so they join this economical alliance. The Phoenix Kingdom joining it, the Empire of Neptara joining this economical alliance, the Kingdom of Cytera, they're also gonna join this economical alliance. The Kingdom of Emberfane, they're also gonna join it, and the Kingdom of Ember Isle. Ember Isle's gonna join it as well. And so you're gonna have something that looks like this. The Kingdom of North Pyra, they are not going to be part of it at all. Let's see, can I get rid of this, please? Let me get rid of that. Because the Kingdom of Lusa, hate this. Lusalia, they also join this economical alliance. And so you have 6 kingdoms which are part of the economical alliance. The Republic of Emberlight and the Kingdom of North Pyra, they are barred from joining this economical alliance. And the reason is because the Republic of Emberlight, they were previously allied with the Kingdom of the Sunspear, or the Sunspear Kingdom, and the Kingdom of North Pyra, they are being rather hostile towards the Empire of Neptara. So, we now have our first, well, not first, but we have our next economical alliance, and the economical alliance is pretty good, pretty large actually, and they even invite the Kingdom of Sovahar, and the Kingdom of Sovahar does join this economical alliance, and the Kingdom of Gossamer. Gossamer does join this economical alliance as well. We're actually going to make this quite large so that we can actually see that they're part of this economical alliance. And so this economical alliance is absolutely massive. Again, like I explained last videos, an economical alliance is not a military alliance. These countries, if one is attacked, the others are not obligated to defend that country. They can defend it if they wish to. So, to make sure that they don't provoke the Kingdom of North Pyra, the Empire of Neptara is going to hold like a economical meeting with the queens of all these kingdoms, part of the economical alliance, and she's going to say that forming a military alliance at the moment is probably not going to be the wisest thing because they don't want another war. Another war is just not going to work. I also forgot to mention that the Kingdom of Abaddon, they're also going to be barred from joining this economical alliance. And so you have this situation where the Kingdom of North Pyra, the Republic of Emberlight, which isn't liked by anyone, and the Kingdom of Abaddon, they can't really form their own economical alliances or alliance, because the reason why is they're just too far away from each other. They really are just too far away from each other. And so it would take weeks to, maybe even months, probably weeks actually, to transport, resources and materials and whatnot, from, like, say, the Abaddon Kingdom to the Republic of Emberlight, or the Emberlight Kingdom or Republic of Emberlight to the Kingdom of North Pyra. So, yeah. You also have potentially a economical alliance that forms see that words. That forms in South America between the Vedanta kingdom, the kingdom of Lumina, and the smaller kingdom here. And so now we have two economical alliances. And I feel like the kingdoms in South America are definitely going to become quite strong. And you may even have one in in northeast Russia. So you might have an economical alliance that forms between these three kingdoms. And so they're going to look like this. And so we now have three economical alliances. I'm not sure really what to call them, but they'll probably be called something. Hang on a minute. Let me just get rid of that, and then copy the color of that, and then put our own. Oh god, forgot to reset the number. There you go, and then put that down there. So we got three economical alliances that have been formed. The northeastern Asian countries. They are they're not going to form any military alliance because there is no threat at the moment. There is zero threat. And so down south, the Kingdom of Fenholm, they are going to expand. Up north some more, so it's probably going to look something like this, and then they're going to stop once essentially the mudwings come in contact with ice wings from the Kingdom of Kaimon. And so this is going to be the first meeting of basically this is going to be the first time dragons from the Kingdom of Fenholm are going to beat dragons from another kingdom. So we're really not sure how that's going to really kick off. But they're also going to expand quite a lot into the Indian Peninsula, and they're going to take over quite a huge portion of what would be modern day India. And so they take this over, and they actually link up their kingdoms like that. And so now the Kingdom of Fenholm, they have expanded by quite a bit more, actually. They even take over this island here, and they may even take over this one here, and then these couple here, but they don't go any further. And the reason why they don't go, they might actually go further. Actually, they might just completely take over the islands here, and so they now control this whole portion of this ocean here. And they might even take control of these islands as well. So the Kingdom of Fenholm, which honestly I think they might actually rename themselves as if I just copy that, they might as the Empire of Fenholm. So let's get rid of this name here. And so the Empire of Fenholm is renamed as, of course, the Empire of Fenholm. And so the Empire of Fenholm, which was previously the Kingdom of Fenholm, they have their first interaction with dragons from the Kingdom of Cairo. And word gets back to the Queen of Cairo very quickly, and the Queen of Cairo then tells the Queens of Nordara and Nifel that there is a kingdom of mudwings down south. And so, because all these kingdoms have been separated from their essentially mother kingdoms back in the Wings of Fire universe, they are going to definitely have different views on different types of dragons and whatnot. The Ice Wings are probably going to still be probably pro isolationists. Is it isolationists?
Isolation.
So they're going to focus on isolationism, and they're all going to really like focus on trading with each other, but generally, because all three kingdoms are going to focus on just being like focusing on being you know, isolated from everything. They can't really do that now because dragons from the Kingdom of Cairo have made first contact with dragons from the Empire of Venholm, and so Cairo can't really say, "Hey, you know, I want to be isolated," because now they can't be isolated. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, give a thumbs down. Put in the comment section of what you think will happen in the next video, and I will see you guys later. Peace.